Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. Before we get into the game, we want to announce that we now have a Discord server for any of you guys to go to, hang out and enjoy. You'll be able to chat with other viewers and even the members of the cast as well. So if that's something that interests you, go search up All Talk No Dice Dungeons and Dragons or click on the Discord link below the stream or in the description. Now, from last we left off, the Companions of Fate enjoyed a quick spa amidst the respite you had all found following your recent conflict with the Leonin villain Duke. Ralof spoke to Eric, speaking of possible opportunities, dreams and goals of life and what lies ahead for all of you. Tara had to put Sierra in check a couple times and also set up another meeting for the morning to go and check out a few more goodies that he had found in the back of the shop. During the night, as all of you found slumber in various places of the Breeze Between the Knees Tavern, Gerald found himself enjoying the taste, using the whores to satiate that emptiness, finding a static blurring through his mind and a voice creeping through to push and pull him as he sank his beak into the back of a young elven woman's neck. Following that, he headed out to hide away in an abandoned hovel as he read over the documentation of the events that he had seen and the things he had heard. Before long, morning came and the sun began to peek across the horizon, and as Gerald wandered back into the tavern, a recently escaped Theron stood behind him. You all had a quick catch-up over breakfast before heading out to the bazaar. And as you did, Theron found a way to open a possible connection deal by threatening the small goblin Zerg's life and absolutely cutting off any chances of finding an ally in Zerg and his clan's trade routes. While that was happening, and Ralof and Gerald stood watching in awe, Tara swiftly headed to Sierra's, who quickly began to collect and present all of the items that he could find for you and the party. Now, after Theon's deal went sideways and Tara nudged Sierra to his best, to try his best to collect everything and anything that he can, Ralof, Gerald and Theron catch up and now enter through the doorway. Your eyes begin to glisten as your gazes just coast across this smattering of incredible and ornate items laid on the large counter. This is where we pick it up. So, as Tara, you're kind of amidst, as Sierra, I think he went to the back.
Yeah, he'd come out and showed us the put down the items, didn't he?
Yeah, and as Sierra just like places a couple more things down, he just. All right, yeah, well,
eyes wide.
That's everything then.
That's amazing.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not exactly the most expensive things you could get, but you know, it was a bunch of stuff I had in the back of the shop, really.
Well, this stuff should have been at the front of the shop. This is really good.
I'm sorry, boss. Listen, I haven't got the time, though. You know, I've only got one pair of hands, and these pair of hands were beating the ever-living fuck out of this one. As he just points up to you, Ralof.
Yeah, realising they're behind me. Shit. I get you.
Right.
Yeah. So, could you give us a little bit of detail about these items?
Well, I mean, I could just follow the ledger of what was put on as the description for the incantation.
Yeah, if you tell us that.
Right then, just give me a couple minutes. I think my ledger is either somewhere in the back or under my bed or in a closet. Give me like 2 minutes, and Sierra just quickly bounds off, and you do hear a couple of things dropping as he passes through the small narrow shelves right at the back of the shop.
Awesome. Is there anything within the shop that looks... I know he's cleaned up and stuff. Is there anything that in the shop, just at the front, not what he's put down, but his general stock, that seems, if I say juicy?
Roll a perception check for me. Yeah. And also, Ralof and Theron, are you guys doing anything upon entering the shop, or while you see Tara kind of taking a large glance around the store?
14.
Okay.
Probably just look across what's being put down. That's about
Okay.
Probably about it until I know what's what.
That's one. Okay. Theron, do you want to do anything?
I think I'm going to. Oh no, that takes too long. Okay, no, nothing. I'm just going to look down the jar.
Okay.
Cruise.
Okay.
For any magical scrolls or books or anything like that.
All right. You drift off more to the back of the store and start beginning to thumb through the different tomes and books on the very small, narrow shelves. Like, even though you're fairly slim, you do have to kind of suck it in and like sideways crab walk between the shelves just to start thumbing through things. 14 on the perception check. You see a small little display case that is. It has like a beautiful ornate like oak base, and then at the top it's got like a full like glass cabinet display top.
Okay.
And the glass itself is like green and frosted, but you can easily see it's transparent enough. You can see inside what's laid out on there, and you see there's multiple different rings that you see. There's rings that look more like just standard little bands, others with different coloured amethysts and gems in there, and then others that are just a little bit more unique in style. For example, like the band looks like wooden vines that just curl up.
100% draw my attention to the wooden vine one, but for that one, I will. Can I pick it up and move it towards the counter?
It's completely off in the glass case. Like it's like
I'm
it's
gonna
like a box.
stand near it then.
Okay.
Wait for him to return.
All right. And you hear, oh shite. Right, well, I'm back.
Hi.
And
Fantastic.
I got the ledger. And he
Brilliant.
just taps on this small little book that he's got, kind of like a small little journal size. Right. Okay. So you want to know about a few of these things then?
Yeah. I'd like to know about this afterwards.
Which one?
All of them.
We can maybe get to that at one point. I don't.
That's fine.
Okay.
Mostly that one. Pointing at the woodenish one.
And you just see him squint as he looks over the room. Aye, yeah, we can have a look at that.
Okay, and I'll walk back to him.
Okay, so this one, and he just picks up a sheathed dagger, and as he pulls it out, you see the blade curve slightly, and then has this crescent shape cut in as it hooks back before it comes back to the point of the blade. Right, so let's see, and he just starts like thumbing through this little booklet. Right, so for this dagger, apparently what you do is you pretty much just swear to kill someone, and it pretty much does a few extra little goodies when you do get to said person. I mean, it's sharp as well, and you can cut you.
Awesome.
Next one. May as well just go with the other dagger then. Right, so, and he unsheathes this, and you see it's a, you see the dagger. It looks almost like just a standard dagger, but it's on one side it is just saw-toothed, kind of like a bread knife, pretty much, but just a lot more devastating looking teeth.
Okay. Yeah. Scary bread knife.
Yeah. Well, this one, honestly, if you're in the dark or you're not able to see anything, this does help you. It expands your vision a little bit. So that might be of interest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through these two cloaks then. And he picks up one and he wafts it, and you see like a spattering of dust just fill the air. Right, So this beautiful thing, and as he splays it out, you notice that it's a black cloak, just completely of silk, and it's embedded with tiny silver threads.
Look towards Gerald.
And you just see Gerald kind of like, you notice he's like looking at some parchment, but then he looks straight back up. Ooh. As he's just like kind of on his tiptoes looking past all of you.
Yeah.
So this one, if you really, really love spiders, this is a good one. So it gives you like a wee bit resistance, and also you know if you go out to some of the deep forests when it's all just a smattering of like giant spiders and all.
Yeah.
Well, the big webs that they create, well, this allows you to pass through them, as well as it gives you the ability to shoot out maybe a web or two. This next one, and he just splays it across his arm, and you notice it's a very gentle, like verdant and blue cloak with a golden trim. Now this one does look a little bit fancy, but I'm not gonna lie, it's expensive as anything. This is a very simple one. So you put it on, and after you spend some time, you're actually able to just vanish from sight for a certain amount of time. But it's really nifty.
At that point, Theron's eyes just, while he's thumbing through, just go.
You mentioned time.
Now, let's move on to these boots then. Okay, so these boots, and you see he picks up these pair of brown leather boots, but you see on the toes and on the heels, it's got like kind of like an iron or steel toe cap and heel cap on, and on them are just like little spikes.
Okay.
On both. Well, you see, so these will allow you to run faster, but then it can be they can be used in battle, just to more or less like quickly dart away without giving anyone the chance to get you. Now these other boots, and he holds them up, and they are just a green fabric, almost like a kind of like an outdoor slipper, just like small little pair of slip-ons, like almost like canvas in material, and they don't look comfortable, or they look breathable, but they don't look sturdy or anything like the other boots that he just showed you. Right, so with these ones, it makes you the weird thing is, I mean, they don't really look all too comfortable, but once you spend some time with them, they are able to allow you to walk a little bit further or run a little bit further, as well as being able to leap vast distances. At least that's what it says in the ledger, but I wouldn't it'd probably be one of those things where you have to just try it out. But yeah, I think aside from that, I mean, we've got the little box with some of those cards in. But I don't know if you want me to. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously. Tell us everything.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to open the box.
Understandable.
Actually, you know what? The box can be opened.
Oh.
And he just like opens a small little box, and as he opens it up, all you see is just this plush red lining on the inside, and pressed into this rectangular dip in the center, you see just a thin, like black satin pouch that is laid completely flat. Right, so in here I misspoke before, unless a couple of them gone missing. But apparently in this little pouch.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's got 5 of these cards in.
5 cards.
Apparently so. Now,
Have you seen the cards?
no. I mean, it said not to touch or at least be very wary. So I haven't really looked into anything much.
Oh, that's fine.
But they don't really have descriptions on them.
Okay.
Hold on. So I've got the names. Clearon.
Yeah.
While you're there, you see that tome, big dusty, it's got a chain on just to your right.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you pull that out for me?
Okay. Do I get a discount off something?
Maybe, we'll see how it goes.
Fair enough.
It is a wee bit dusty.
Aye.
And he just holds his hand out to grab it off you, and he does. Right, so, okay. Gonna take me a wee moment. And he puts his little ledge down, gets the book down, and you hear just the desk just slightly. Right. Okay. Right, so I've got the names in the ledger, but apparently because they don't want to tell you what they do, we've got this neat little tome that speaks about magical cards and kind of like your magic gambler's items. Right, so and I'm just going to read this word for word for each of them. So the first card that we have available is Vizier, something like that. So it says, as you just see, his like middle finger just run down the list of names before he gets to V. Right, so what it says here is within 1 year of drawing this card, they could ask a question in a state of meditation and receive an enlightening answer within their mind. Along with specific knowledge, they gained the wisdom to apply that information and, if necessary, solve a dilemma or crisis in their life. Well, that's pretty deep. The next one is the Sun card. Let's have a look. Right, okay, here. They were granted tremendous insight and skill as if they were much more experienced in their travels. In addition, they were granted a single wondrous item from anywhere throughout the realms or other planes of existence.
Amazing.
Let's see, the third card is Jester. Okay, Jester. Okay, so it says here, great intuition and expertise were bestowed upon them in a similar manner and as if they drew the Sun card, albeit to a lesser extent. In addition, they could draw 2 additional cards beyond those that they previously declared. And the fourth card, okay, we don't have 5. I thought it said 5, someone must have written it down and tried to scribble it out. The fourth card is Talons. So Talons, it says, every magic item in their possession disintegrated. Any artifacts on their possession were not destroyed in this manner, but did vanish to some other location. At least that's what the books tells me. I mean, I don't know, if you actually use them, and they go a little bit different. But
can I have a quick check of that tome?
Aye, of course. And he just sets it over to your side.
Can I glean anything extra from?
Roll a Arcana check for me.
I have a question to DM. Does that mean that if you unbalance yourself from every magical item, put it away somewhere, you could then, if accidentally pulled card, nothing would be disintegrated?
They'd still be in your possession.
Okay.
Okay. What if you gave ownership to someone else of everything you own?
Well, then it might work, might not.
Okay.
Theron.
19 plus 7.
Nice. Okay, so 26. You take a look through the tome, and The one thing you glean just from all your training and your learning as you scan through, and you see some slight runes just underneath each of them in the description, and it draws you to believe that whatever is written is more open to interpretation. And so what you can imagine is you use one of these cards.
The spell may not fire off as
you intended. Or yeah. So it's very much like,
it's delicate as a wish spell.
yeah, it's almost like imagining that the gods pull all the strings. You have no opportunity, no chance to choose how to use these. But once you make the decision to use one, you're leaving your own fate to the gods. That's what you glean from this tome.
and I just convey that information.
Well,
I'll turn to Rail off and say, what you're thinking, it probably won't be able to happen, because I was thinking the same.
Well, I mean, after that really good history lesson, we have got this one last staff that I know.
Yes.
That, you were looking at, and it's pretty nifty. Let me have just a look at the ledger again.
Is it more of a wizard staff, or is it more of a druid staff, or?
At least from what it says, I mean, it's more acclimated to the ones of the musical arts, the holy divination, and also the more nature-based kind of wizardry and witchery.
We'll see.
Oh, in that case, I'm going back to the books.
Okay, enjoy. Put that tone back in the right place. Thank you.
Do I get an extra discount?
I'm your employee. You don't need to buy anything.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Pockets.
Anyway, so this staff.
Dragging the too.
So when you're using this staff, at least from what I can understand of it, it basically holds some kind of like healing arcane inside it, and there's multiple different charges that you can use to restore or cure your allies or yourself. But it's a fantastic item, depending on who wields it, really.
Fantastic. Well, that one pointed at the staff.
Aye.
I will definitely have this one.
Okay, well, take it.
This seems amazing. Thank you.
Now, just remember, if you want this business to earn some gold, you're gonna have to return them, or return some things you find for me to sell. Because especially if I move location, I won't be able to get all of the trade that Zerg is bringing through to throw to me, so I can sell it here and share it out.
So what happens if we get a better item than we've already got?
Well, if you find better, then you can decide which is more useful, and you can bring one back, you can bring none back. Just all I'm saying is, if you find really good stuff, or you find stuff that isn't too useful for you, bring it back, so then I can sell it on.
You can sell it on.
Out of interest, do you have some kind of badge we can promote you with?
That is very true. Do you have anything?
I didn't get time nor chance when I was going through, with the wife leaving me, and then like running the store as well. I didn't really get a chance to do like a little business card or leaflet or any kind of like pamphlet that's sent around.
Perhaps you kind of make a badge for us. So like, say the more good deeds that we intend to do, the more widespread your business becomes known.
All right, okay. Well, give me 1 second, and he just like quickly pulls out some parchment and slams it down. Gets us a little inkwell and a quill. Okay, there you go. And he basically just scribbled an S. What do you think?
Amazing.
All right. Well, one of you can start copying them down.
Theon slides it on to him.
What's this place called, out of interest?
It's Sierra Sundries, but we're gonna call it Companions Essentials.
Okay.
And then underneath.
Right then, I'll have a think about it, and I'll make us a badge.
Okay, well that sounds productive. It's like a business is beginning to thrive. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now,
So with these items, if anyone wants to call dibsies, just you go, and you instantly.
What about that cloak?
Which cloak is that? The black or the blue?
Which one's better?
It depends what you need. And you instantly hear Gerald from the back.
Gerald.
If you don't
I'm
mind.
going to already grab the black one and give it to him. I guess.
Please don't tell me that was the invisible one.
No, it wasn't.
No.
And you see the small Kenku just look to you. You know
Yours is
me
blue.
so well. And he just flutters it as he puts it on.
Does he take off his old one and puts his new one on?
No, just straight over
No,
the top.
just straight over the top. Okay, cool.
I'll have the other one then.
Right, well, here's the blue, there's the black. Is there anything else that anyone would want? I mean, you can leave some items here for me to sell onto other people, or you can take whatever you need, really.
Am we alright having that dagger? The one that you said helps to see through in darkness?
Yeah, absolutely.
A bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take it on.
Awesome. I'll remove my hand axe and slide it into the holster.
It fits almost
It fits.
almost perfectly comfortable when you put the sheath onto your belt.
It was like it was meant to be.
I mean,
I'll pocket the
you think so?
hand axe.
I'll just pass that ring collection, and I'll have a quick look.
This
Is
one,
anything-
I'm going to
is
be
there-
asking.
Is there anything particularly unique apart from the silly branch thing?
Silly branch thing.
Well, you see a number of different rings, from basic bands to ones with jewels in them, various designs, ones that go from like the gothic, so like twisted black metal around like a ruby red gem, to more eloquent platinum and silver bands that have like a cyan gem in them.
That looks nice.
You do notice, Theron, sorry, Ralof, you do notice, Theron, as you look through, you see one ring that is like a thick gold band that opens up a little bit wider at the top, and in the middle it's almost got like a small dome on it, and it's just a dome of like verdant glass. And you look closer and you just see like a slight blue sparkle inside. You'd have to get a closer look through the display case if you wanted
I'll
to.
do it.
Okay. While all of you having a look at those rings, do you want me to open the case for you?
Yes, please.
Right. And he wanders over, and you just see him like reach behind the box, and you just see him like just go. Well, there you go. I know it's a hard thing to do, so you'll let the professional do it.
Can we pick out and
Absolutely.
see if it fits your fingers?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab that wood one. Put it on one of my fingers. It feels good.
It's a little bit tight right now,
Yeah, I don't care. It looks good.
but in a moment or so,
I feel pretty.
you see it just reshape slightly and get
around
a
in a
bit bigger.
tangle, yeah.
And get slightly bigger to fit comfortably on your finger.
Lovely. What does this do?
Hold on. Where did it go? And he just begins to look through his ledger again.
Yeah.
So that ring, well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
It's a wooden ring.
A little bit, yeah. And also, it allows you to speak to plants. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong ring. Hold on. Right.
Writing it down.
Okay, so the one you've got, the other one I sold a week ago.
Sold?
Sorry, I apologise.
Anything like that, you save, you give it to me.
Well, for this ring, it does adjust to the fit straight away, but I think you do need to spend some time with it.
Understandable.
But this ring allows you to, pretty much almost like transport yourself through a tree and out another tree.
Oh, okay.
So we can keel it, basically.
Transport via plants.
But, I don't really
Understandable.
know much
Also
about
very
that.
useful. If anything, more useful than speaking to just plant. I'll have a look at that bird and glass ring, whatever you said.
Alright.
Could I have a look at the ledger? Possibly.
The ledger that...
You won't put that.
No, that's the tome. The ledger that
Sierra has.
Sierra's looking
Yeah.
through.
I meant it as a question to Sierra rather than.
Oh, sorry.
Sierra, is there any of these rings that are bad? Sorry.
Wait, hold on. I'm catering to
Okay, I'm
another
sorry.
customer
I'm
right
excited. I'm excited. Sorry.
now. I get
sorry,
that.
Real.
Just shh.
I'm just going to be amazed about the other rings as well.
Yeah, Realof, give me 1 second. I'll show you the ledger in a second. Thevon, so that ring, and as you look closer, you look in and you see a minuscule, almost starlight ring inside. And as you see that circle of starlight, you see stars beginning to form in a straight line from the center, almost like the hand of a clock that's just stopped. But then it almost gently just nudges over.
Oh, could I just pick this up for a second?
Aye, of course.
And I'm going to do an Arcana check.
Okay.
+10 still 17.
It's magical.
Okay, I'll put it on. Why not? Let's do this. Looks like a clock.
Right, so, well, that ring, you know when you said you're my employers and, we need to pay for things, or we don't need to pay for things, that ring is really expensive.
Like how much?
Like 8,000 gold.
Oof.
Now, a few of these items are also very expensive, but that ring, at least from what the ledger says, then we have got, for that ring, it does allow you to have the opportunity to pretty much freeze time. So, I don't know if that would help you or not. I mean, I've heard you bang on about time and as if it's like, it gets you off and gets you hard and all that, but really, okay, well, it's yours then.
Okay,
Rayloff,
rather odd.
here's the ledger. And Theron, you notice you put the ring on. It's way too big for your finger. In just a moment on your hand, and it just shrinks down to comfortably fit around.
Yeah, of course it did.
Right.
I'll just take a second just to look to see how many, just as a rough look, how many items are actually in this ledger.
Okay.
Timon just puts his hand on the desk, but sort of like.
Rayloff, you begin to look through the ledger as Theron kind of just starts putting his hand just daintily on the desk. You notice that easily must be 80, 120, 150 different items written throughout the ledger.
Okay.
You see some have just strikes through them.
Okay, as if it was sold.
Others have ticks and X's, and others have nothing. And there's no key. There's no you can assume what they mean.
Yeah.
But you don't. Yeah. You can see the long list of different various items, whether they're still there, sold, stolen, given away, whatever it may be. You don't know.
Then, well, just as an idea of how many items there were in it, I'll have a look to see if there's any shield items. So any just shields or anything that would stand out as more protection.
Okay, well, roll a investigation check for me.
Investigation. 5.
Fun. 5 could be a good number.
It might be.
I'll say it takes you a long look. I'm talking like
Right at the bottom.
it takes you a solid 5 minutes just trying to read, because some of the handwriting is such a scribble and a mess. You don't even know what you're looking at half the time.
I'll try to do it, but if Sierra asks for, it says he needs it back, I'll probably give it back and just ask them in that case.
Well, you find 2 shields that are named.
Okay.
Again, whether that's the actual name or just a little note on what the description is, you find something that says SG shield.
Okay.
And you find one that says missile shield.
Right. Okay.
You do know that if you go further in the ledger to all of the like descriptions of the items, you could probably find it, but it just depends on.
Yeah. I'll have a look in the ledger, see if I can find any info on it.
Roll investigation check again for me.
That's why I was.
Yeah, hoping for another investigation.
Right. Hey, 18.
18.
It's literally just a flat roll. So.
Yeah. Okay. So for this one, for the first shield that you find, it is at least noted down as the description, is in very rough shorthand. An excellent shield for anyone having to face down a mage or other spellcaster.
Is that the SG shield?
The SG shield, yeah. The SG.
Okay.
The shield's magics neutralize offensive magic, granting you advantage on saving. Granting you advantage against magical effects.
Okay.
And the missile shield, you see, is so. From what the shorthand says, you are a missile magnet.
Right. Okay.
And that's all that's noted down for both of these.
Sierra.
Aye.
So how
This,
did interest? Oh, sorry.
This missile shield. Do you
Yes.
still have this?
I could go have a look for you. I mean, I could have a look for. What you're looking at both of them, that SG one and the missile. I could go and try and find both.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Well, yeah, just you'll have to give me a second. I'm not really too sure on where everything is, but I could definitely have a look if you like.
Alright. Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll be back in a moment, everyone. Don't steal anything. It's still my shop. And he quickly bundles off.
T-Run's looking at everything and anything. Well, he doesn't take anything because he's already got. He's ready.
He's got enough to freeze time, put it
Oh,
on his
yeah,
side,
yeah.
and put it back.
8,000 gold worth of ring. You know what? I'll give him a bit of leeway. You know what I mean?
I'll pretend to like him.
Yeah.
No, I like him very much.
I like him a little less than I did, which was a lot.
While you guys do whatever you're doing, I go outside and I just start to ritually cast a steed. How far away from the docks are we? Not that far.
You have no idea.
We know it's south of Brenton, and knowing south of Brenton, that's going to be a long time.
Okay.
Saying that we're nowhere near the sea, and it's on a shipyard.
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, I'll ritually cast the steed one.
Okay, so you begin to take the 10 minutes it takes outside, and you place all of your materials down, begin drawing chalk lines in the thick packed dirt. Sierra comes back. Right.
Oh, I was going to say, sorry. I was going to say, while Sierra's gone out, I don't know how long. Would it have been a long time? Or
3 minutes, 5 minutes.
okay. Well, I'll say it anyway. When Sierra goes, I'll probably hand the ledger to Tara. Just
Okay.
if she wanted to have a look at the books.
I'll have a quick brief look over the rings then.
The rings, sorry, not the
Okay.
books.
But I'll do that. I'll just do that. Whenever time.
You do notice majority of these rings
Yeah.
are they just have a price cost next to them.
Okay. Do they look expensive?
Fairly. I mean, some range from 45 silver to 35 gold plus.
Okay. Nice.
The only ones that you see the price skyrocket are the
Yeah.
magical ones.
Yeah, that's understandable. And is there many?
You see 10.
10 magic rings.
10 listed.
And how many of them are magical? Obviously, by the explanation of the skyrocket price, and even the high, low-priced ones, because sometimes they could just be like
You notice 3.
three magic.
3.
One being what Theron's got currently
Yes.
on his finger. Okay.
One being Theron's, one being yours, and then another one. And as you kind of find the description, you look to the case, and just tucked off to the side, almost as if it was like knocked or just slightly hidden. You see a this small little like purple winding band that just almost looks like a helix wrap.
Okay.
And it meets at the dead center, and you see just it's almost like just like a pinhead of a gem, just the teeniest, smallest little like just completely bright, just white gem.
Okay. Curiosity is killing me now. I'm going to look at the description of this small, insignificant ring that's being thrown to the side.
You notice that in shorthand, it explains that it should be able to allow the wearer to become a very intelligent linguist.
Just to play it smart, because I'm stupid. Is that just to talk different languages?
You have no idea.
Here, what does the last word you used?
Linguist.
That's the one.
Linguist is usually related to languages, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, again,
That's awesome.
From what you can glean, it makes you a way better linguist. You are able to speak more languages.
Thought linguists build bridges.
Does anything say about having to spend time while wearing the ring?
With this one, it does not.
Yeah. Oh, then even more. Pick up, slide on another finger. I want to feel beautiful.
Okay.
And if there's any shitty rings like the silver ones, I might just put them on to fill up my fingers.
So roughly, you take away with those 2 magic rings and the normal ones. You'd probably take away at least 600 gold's worth of rings alone.
I've got 2 magic rings. I will keep two normal rings.
Okay.
And I will put back the other hand's worth of rings.
Okay, all right. So there's at least
200 gold pushing it.
I'd say about 150 gold's worth left of rings.
Okay, that's fine. I'm happy to make my hand look beautiful.
Okay.
You really need that many.
I just look good.
I'd comment, but I'm outside. So.
Does someone need protection? Well, we got this one shield and this other one. Now, these are heavy big boys. Oh, okay, so I get it. Everyone gets a ring. Some people get more than one. I get it. Well, that's fine.
They look amazing.
It's not my shop anymore, apparently. So what can you do? Right. So this first shield, and he holds it up, and it's shimmering gold and encrusted with gems, almost like a ancient Egyptian kind of design with a slight emblem in the center, and it's got a beautiful blue border trim around the shield. But it is just the thing that draws your eyes are just the unique blue, purple, and yellow gems set inside it. It's almost so beautiful that you couldn't imagine getting a scrape on it. Right, so this one is the SG shield. It's really pretty. And this other one, and you look to this one, and it's almost like a solid metal and iron, like a spider web outline of a shield with sharp edges and points that come off, and a solid steel like block on the or plate on the front of it in the dead center, and it just gives a very like handcrafted but sturdy and like gothic design with this sort of like rusted iron in this filling it in, and a steel like spiderweb border with that steel plate in the center as well. And this one is well, that's the magnet. So, you know, if I don't know which one you want.
I'll pick up the missile shield and see what full weight it is.
You pick up the missile shield, and it's light for you. It's comfy. It's,
yeah,
you know, got some heft to it, but it's comfortable for you.
I'll look at Rayloff to see if he fits the part. Like, just like looking at him at different angles. Don't look back at my rings. Don't look back at him.
And how much gold is there supposed to be?
How much gold is what? Each shield?
Yeah.
Well, the SG, that one is about 115 gold, whereas the shield, the missile shield that you're holding now, that's roughly about 90.
Just a quick question, just because I'm pretty sure I'm right with this. But for the Staff of Striking,
Yes.
that was what I got from Sierra's, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll pull out the Staff of Striking.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this, don't you? You sold me this before.
Did I sell you that?
Pretty sure you did.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I remember it clearly.
Yeah, I'll put the staff back on the desk. What you put the shields on? I'll trade those 2 shields for the staff.
Are you going to be carrying both of these shields?
For the minute, I'll probably see which one's best and then return one of them.
Okay then. Well, thank you very much for the staff. I'll go put it on display. And as he picks it up and wanders away, your eyes kind of follow, and both of you notice just out of the corner of your eye, you just see Gerald up against the ring case.
Yeah.
And you just see his hand pull away, and you see a ring on each finger.
Yeah.
On one hand,
Lovely.
and he just like looks to all of you.
I'll nod.
Thank you. And he just pulls away. Right, so
I'll look back at the person.
is that all, or are you going to be heading on your way now?
I can't read this writing for the staff.
Right.
Do I have to have time spent with it, or?
Let's.
Is it all free? I'll pass him back the ledger.
Well, I mean, if it's not written, then usually no. But I mean, you'd have to test it out. I mean, usually things like these, like staffs or weapons or anything to that degree, usually does need some time with it. But again, you won't know until you try.
That's true. If so, you're gonna see me again.
Okay, well, I hope so. If I don't see my boss or my bosses, then it's gonna be a little bit weird.
Yeah, but it's gonna be soon. Just.
Well, soon is good then. I'm just glad that I have like completely normal business partners now. And at that point, you hear from outside. Theron, would you like to describe what your steed looks like?
It's like this. It's just slightly spectral, but it still looks like a really nice steed.
Okay. Is it what kind of creature is it? Is it a horse?
Yeah, it's a horse.
Okay.
And inside his eye, it's like you can just see stars and galaxies and.
Awesome. You hear that from outside, and you hear. And you just hear like a slight from.
Calm down, Kronos. Calm down. Good boy. Good boy.
And you just see you look back in the shop, Theo, and you see Sierra leaning over the desk, like right out the doorway. I mean, well, as normal as can be, I guess. Right. So, is there anything that you?
For everything.
Yeah, that's everything. Well, I mean, is there anything that you all would wish that your employee does while you're away?
Are you planning on having any more trades or any more items?
Well, that's not going to happen at least until like 2 weeks from now, because Zerg is making his trail, and once he gets back to his clan and comes back,
that's when you'll be replenishing stuff.
The interesting thing, at least when he comes back in just a couple of weeks or so, he has told me that we are going to have at least 18, possibly to 30 new items for the inventory. So.
Ooh. That's a definite write down.
Well, I don't know, like, how good or what they are, but we're going to have a good few more items in the next delivery.
For the shop, is there anything you would say you would need adding to it in terms of the building?
Oh, well, space.
Just more space.
Yeah, if I could have like a bigger shop where I didn't need to breathe in and suck my gut in when I was going through the shelves, I'd be happy.
Okay.
And the helping hands.
And maybe some hands to help me just to organise things, clean up the place, and just make it a little bit more presentable, because, I mean, it's nice when I can just go and find stuff, but it would be so much easier if I could stand just at the counter or sit down and just greet people and tell them about the items rather than going and searching. Letting them find it themselves, bring it to me, and then I can tell them about it. So again, more space, more...
You want to be the front end. You want someone in the back, keeping the stock in line.
I mean, I've been told I'm more of a people person anyway. So, if we could find any kind of arcanist or or anyone, actually, what would be a really good investment? If we could find anyone that can imbue items with magic.
That is very true.
That would be an amazing... I mean, it would be a long, arduous process, but if we had someone like that... I assume so. Aye. So, if it was something like that, and, we could always have them in the back and we'll give them the standard items for cheap. They can put magic in them, depending on what the client wants, and then we can sell it off for a lot more. Make some money.
Or even if they had their own item, they can give it to you and then imbue the magic that way.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, with imbuing magic onto an item, it can't have another incantation on it.
But it would save you having to purchase the item for them to imbue to then sell it on.
Well, I can see what kind of items that Zerg brings us from his clan,
That's true.
and then the non-magical ones we can maybe zhuzh up with a little bit of magic if we can have that kind of staff member in the back being able to do that.
Speaking of, Rayloff, did you have a good talk to Zerg? Any trade deals? Turn back to
You see,
It's got a look outside.
you see Gerald. No.
Why not? I
Well,
thought.
I'm just gonna keep looking outside.
It just didn't help when Theron basically threatened to have his head cut off. So I think that pipeline is done. But, look to the future.
Let's hope he didn't look at us going into. Well, looked at you going into Sierra's shop.
I think he heard where we were going.
Okay.
But he seemed fine
I don't
with
think
us.
you're going to get those 18 to 30 items.
No, listen, I'm gonna get them. Do you understand me?
Oh.
Because we put money down, and me and Zerg have had an agreement of trade and sell for over. It must be at least a decade now.
Ooh, fantastic.
And my father before me had an agreement with Zerg's clan, the Goblins, up towards the north, and we've had the same agreement as we go, but obviously prices change and payments differ.
So, would that be a possible avenue to an Arcanist, like you said, maybe?
Possibly,
Or are they more of a private?
at least from what Zerg has told me in like the short time we've spoke every now and then, his clan is very like to themselves and a little bit particular about who they let have their own created items. They usually just reserve it for their own kind, which is family first, I guess.
So maybe.
Be more of a, carry on.
Go on, no, you go first, and I'll add after.
So it's it'll be more of a stock avenue than a worker avenue.
Absolutely.
How about if you had apprentices? Maybe not the best of their kind, but able to do little things.
Well,
Maybe they could learn near you, because they wouldn't be with around everybody.
Well-
They'd know someone.
well, that's the thing, I'm very talented at a lot of things, but being able to imbue standard items with magic is definitely not in my forte. So, yes, we could get apprentices, but that means we need a master.
I mean, if they were trained from a master in the clan, and then the apprentice was able to have experience.
That's going to be something you have to talk to Zerg about. I mean, it's our understanding is he brings in the trade, I sell, and I give a percentage to him for delivery.
Okay.
We have no more business. Like
Than that.
he doesn't ask me for favors. I don't ask him for any. But if you want to ask, I mean, I'd say just go and ask and see what can be set up.
If these are right by what's happened, I don't think our influence is going to be good. It means it's going to be on your.
Gel just pipes in. Tara, it's fine. We can talk to Zerg and iron it all out. And if not, look for something else.
Okay. But at least trade is good. That's a good thing.
Well, I mean, as long as we got all the trade worked. I mean, the trade has been here for over a decade anyway with me, so.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Also, the one thing I would like you to do, and I don't know if Raylorp and Gerald and Theron are probably the same, is I know you are incredibly good with people, but I would
Extremely.
love for you extremely good. But I would like you to be just as good, but with written words. Do you know much written words? Because I know you talk a lot of fantastic, brilliant words.
Aye.
But can you write those words down? Maybe in for trade or for contract things?
The thing is, Tara, I cannot read, and following that, then I cannot write either.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm
But
going
you
to
might
look
need
for
to-
any childlike books that he may be selling that he doesn't really know because he can't read.
Straight away, you find
Any easier
you
books,
you
that's what I'm trying to imply.
you find the easiest book you can even find inside is a gardener's guide throughout Valdur.
Ooh, just up my alley.
If you can't read, how did you read the ledger?
Shh! Don't let everyone in on it.
Oh. Actually, I'm going to flip through some of the pages. Do they look quite interesting?
It's very archaic and old. It's almost like what you notice is it's gardening techniques to make certain brews and balms and teas with
Okay.
ingredients. Some you already understand and know.
Yeah.
Others you've never seen
It's
before. But
Okay.
from this, it looks like recipes for like healing salves and balms to help someone sleep, or certain teas that are able to cast their drinker unconscious or render their drinker unconscious. Plenty of different designs, and it also has small little gardening techniques that were used in the Age of Arcanum to preserve the life of the plant.
Awesome. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to keep this.
Well, I mean, what is it though?
Are the gardening things?
Oh, I love gardening.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Then I'll fucking it, yeah?
You can enjoy, that's fine.
Awesome, thank you very much. I'm going to find another one.
Okay.
Just any nice, normal things, so I don't pique my interest.
You
Just
find
Take the whole bookshop.
yeah, because I will.
you find one scroll that has more blockier writing and then some fine
Okay.
line text underneath it. What
Yeah.
you can read, like some of the text is like smeared off, but it's pretty much instructions on how to apply hair tonic.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that as a perfect example of where to start, and then I want to have not little, but like increments of difficulty. So I can gather, say, like 5,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say to him, I want you to try your best
Aye.
and read a bit of this,
Okay.
shoving it over to the book, and then you can when we come back, maybe not straight away, but later on, hopefully you can tell us whereabout you are in it, and
Well,
hopefully
before,
everything else.
as he picks up the scrolls, before you treat me like an absolute child.
You're like, child, this is very good things that you want to.
Listen,
Do you want to?
all I need help with, really, is to learn how to, like, actually write these words down, and maybe just how to read a few of the larger words, you know, when it is very intricate.
That's a big word.
It is, I can say it, I cannot write it, though.
Yeah, but if you can find it in a book, you can start to learn how to write it down.
Well, I'm going to start on these and just copy down what it says and just build up from there.
As long as you know what the word is and you can learn how to write it, perfect.
Thank you.
Anything is. But I'm thinking. At the end of the day, you're going to be writing these job applications, and we're going to be. Yeah, they look pretty good. We can find them. We can bring them to you.
Well, that sounds good. I mean, I'm very amazing like that. So
Even though we're your employers, you're pretty much an employer yourself.
I mean, to a degree. I mean, we'll see how the business goes.
Exactly, but obviously we only want the best for you, and in outcome, we get the best because we get not only you, but you with vast knowledge.
Oh no, I get that. Absolutely. Well, that is.
But-
we'll just stick to that then.
Exactly. But anyways, thank you for everything you've done and
That's all right.
all these fantastic items.
Thank you for employing me.
Pleasure is ours, and we'll be off.
Right. Well, have a safe journey.
Fantastic.
I will
Thank you.
see you whenever you return.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. See you later.
You,
And I'll
you-
start heading towards.
yeah, you hear Gerald just peek his head around you. Bye bye. And just trails out with you. You come out and you find Theron standing next to this large spectral horse that has sort of like blank but like galaxy and star filled eyes. Just standing there next to him.
If we were all to get on back of the horse, would we be able to sit on it?
No.
No. Okay. Would you say 2 people could?
You could get one medium creature and one smaller creature.
Not me.
No.
Or maybe just you?
I will say to Sierra as we're leaving, I'll just say to him, oh, by the way,
Aye.
since no one wanted to mention it apparently, the Lawmaster said that he would be willing to help upgrade your shop, which is why we were asking what you needed.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, I look forward to seeing something change then. Thank you.
I'll make sure we come back round to confirm with you what things might
That's all right.
happen.
If you can, don't worry. Just make sure you're safe.
Well, have a good one. Look out.
You
I
too.
just-
As he
not-
turns, yeah, as you turn,
Not bash my head.
Yeah, pretty dodgy.
and you meet up with everyone outside.
Fantastic. So, are we heading back to the Lawkeeper and then heading to the stables, getting the shit together and going?
It could be worth paying a visit to Eric as well before we go, in case
So?
there's any good knowledge that you might want Theron.
Yeah, I want my my pocket watch.
It's not a pocket watch.
Right.
It's a locket, and plus you're never going to get it.
No, he said.
Yeah,
if
he
we-
would say he would get you one, but you're willing to have that one.
Nothing else is more interesting than that.
No, I know it was a locket, but the promise was, if we killed what's his name? I forgot it already.
Duke.
He's
Duke.
Yeah, Duke, whatever his name is. But he said he made me a pocket watch.
Maybe so, but it has been a singular day.
Yeah.
The
that's
sun has
true.
only gone down and back up.
I know. I just really want a pocket watch.
Oh yeah, but it might be the next time we come to Brenton. It'll
I mean,
be yours.
Okay, I've kind of got this ring for now, so
Well, yeah, but you don't even know how it works. We've just been told.
it's okay.
Okay.
Well,
I'll figure it out.
I need to go send a letter anyway, so I'm going to go back to the tavern and write out my letter and let little G take it from there.
Okay.
Do we
If-
want
do
to
you wanna-
visit on the way, or do you want me to catch up with all of you?
You could always catch us outside of the Lawmasters if it'll take a while.
Either that or get near the stables for when we leave.
Sure,
Give us the maximum amount of time.
of course.
I can. We must.
Is there anything? Is there anything else you might want from the Lawmaster?
Eternal happiness?
We'll get that with us.
You did ask for a little G already.
I
I'm-
can.
I'm
Two
fine.
orgies.
I can do 10
I'm fine with
miles.
one.
I can do 10 miles in an hour.
Nice.
Well, I will catch all of you at the stables then.
Fantastic.
Don't miss
I don't
me too
even
much.
know what.
Bye.
I don't.
I'll try not to.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I've thingied the Phantom Steed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Me
why
too.
did you create a Phantom Steed?
Because now we can have 2 horses and carriage.
Yeah, but it only lasts an hour.
It's still 2 horses is better than 1 horse.
All right, so Gerald kind of just
Fantastic,
flutters away.
Right.
Yeah, just you see both cloaks flutter as he leaves.
Lovely.
And as he does leave, you notice he does head towards the tavern, but through the main bazaar, which is a little bit busier now. It's in the middle of the day, or sorry, in the early morning, the very early morning, and it's starting to ramp up. But it's only busy like kind of you have to like walk around people, not exactly like you have to push through the ocean of flesh around you.
Yeah. Is the breeze between the knees that way?
Yeah.
100% is going in there. So Lawkeepers, that's where we're going. Rayloff, is there anything that you would have wanted from the Lawkeeper, or apart from Gerald's eternal happiness?
Oh, actually, on my steed, I make off towards the lawkeeper.
Okay.
So we're trying to be happy.
Yeah. So straight away.
See you there.
I'll see you there, guys. There's something I need to ask him.
Okay. See you there. Well, me and Rayloff just...
As he and you just start bounding across.
You were saying?
To be honest, I was going to ask more about just what requirements we need for Sierra's shop, make him more homely, and maybe closer to where he was saying about building a house for us.
Didn't he say something about it was a different place entirely? It was across the seas, but that was a better place?
No, I think the lawmaster was saying about upgrading his shop. And I was going to ask if he could build it close to our house.
But before, when we was talking about if there's better trade, and you said another place. Just my wise, I can't remember where I wrote down my notes, but I'm sure it said something about a place.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but it would probably be better to have a store that he can stay in for now.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Unless we take everything.
Or we put half of it back and then Gerald nicked the rest.
I can't really think of anything else that I would need right now.
It's the exact same here.
Tara.
Yeah.
Just metagame.
Yep.
Unless my memory is wrong, he mentioned Ashley's stand in Ferris Weir as the more hustle and bustle and pretty much the centre of all trade.
There is.
Very
That sounds like it's right.
Yeah.
But I will
check later.
Check on the break, yeah.
As both of you are continuing to walk through, you notice Zerg still at his small market stall. You can see him just beginning to set up different items and objects in crates, just opening the tops behind him. He does catch your eyes as you begin to just make your way through.
Might nudge Rayloff, like include my eyes, maybe an occasional point. Do you want to see if we can amend Theron's mistake, or?
It couldn't hurt. I'm sure you.
Yeah. We'll double time towards that direction.
Okay, you.
Not in a intimidating way, just more like
you begin to pick up pace, and his back is to you, and you just kind of hear like the slight like raspy grumble, and just as you're quickly approaching him, Theron, you very quick time you get up to the lore house on your steed, and you kind of dismount as the guards in front just begin to look at you weirdly, and you hear one of them. What's that supposed to be?
What do you mean?
That next to you. What's, as he points at it with his spear. What's that?
In a rubbish accent, he just goes, "It's a bloody horse, mate."
Well, I know it's an horse, but why is it blue?
It's because I conjured it from thin air.
You know what? You magic folk are just absolutely nuts. Go on then, go in, whatever. And he just opens the door for you. And just as you enter the premises, finding Lawkeeper Bolin sitting there with a small cup of wine, gently sipping it, atop his large stone throne, with the braziers just gently flickering off in different corners. That's where we're going to take a quick break and come back from there to continue the interaction with Zerg and the Lawkeeper at the same time. All right, so for everyone watching, thank you for sticking around. We're going to go for a quick break. So we advise you, go to the bathroom, get some snackies. We're going to, so do the same. And yeah, we'll be back in just a short while. Okay, welcome back to the game. As we come back, the Companions of Fate have discussed all of the items in depth and grabbed a metric fuckton from Sierra, and Gerald then split off, headed towards the tavern to go and find Little G to take care of his own business of a message or a letter, whilst the rest of you decided to journey out, Theron heading over to the Law House, and just as Tara and Rayloff, both of you began to make your way through the main bazaar, you caught eyes with Zerg and began to approach, hoping to find some kind of deal. But as we come back, Theron, you step through into the Law House, and you see Lawkeeper Bolin, his broad elvish shoulders just kind of hunch slightly as he's sipping on a goblet of wine. And just as the door closes behind you, you see his eyes just dart straight to you.
I know you don't want me to be here, particularly. I get it. And again, I apologize.
And what would give you that impression that I wouldn't want you here?
Mainly my previous actions that led to...
What's done has been done. You've apologized, and your allies have covered your expenses.
Don't worry, it won't happen again. Hopefully.
It physically cannot happen again. I have no more boys. But
Fair enough.
it's nice to see you back, Gustafsson. What are you here for?
I was just wondering on that favor.
Yes.
I was just wondering if I can catch it in.
What would you like?
I was just wondering either if you have information or get information about a town called Girov up in the north.
The Frozen City. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Well, after a very strange incident within the village, from what I've heard, not much has happened. Well, no one has gone in or come out.
Yeah, I kind of gathered. I just kind of hoped. I just kind of hoped it would sort itself out. I guess it hasn't.
What would sort itself out?
What happened with the town?
What did happen?
I don't think I really want to go into it. Suffice to say, it was all my fault.
He's going to roll an insight check. 18. You see him just like stare at you, and you can acknowledge the fact that he does believe every word you say.
Be that as it may, we will speak more once I find anything out.
Thank you. It would be much appreciated. And anything I can do to help you out in return of such a favor, let me know. Seriously.
You have already aided Brenton for the betterment of everyone. So I will share this with you for Girov. Rumors have been spreading that an ancient civilization, long before the Age of Arcana, have risen from time and death, and have took over Geralt. And they hold it against any mortal that steps foot inside. I know not of their plans, or even if they exist. But if the rumours are true, it's understandable why anyone who ventures forward never returns.
Not very nice in there. I can tell you that for nothing.
I would only be guessing.
I had to escape myself, but that's a different story for a different time. Oh man.
Old.
Well, comparatively speaking.
You're a pup. You'll learn.
Hopefully I will. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Until next time.
Thank you, Lord Keeper.
And he nods and goes to pick up his goblet of wine again and sips as you leave and the doors open and close. And just as you leave the law house, Terra and Greyloff, while Theron was talking to Bolin, both of you approach the small market and the small like vendor countertop, like all DIY homemade, like pretty much designed to, like pretty much like a pop-up vendor, and then can collapse down and easily be packed up.
Cool.
And you see that Zerg is just his back to you.
Zerg?
And as he turns around,
Hi!
Hi.
You remember us, don't you?
Vividly.
Yeah. So, how are you?
I had an interesting afternoon last night.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Did you, have you managed to sell many things?
Plenty.
Fantastic, brilliant.
So, I'm hoping that today is another prosperous day.
Fantastic. I also hope so. You know when you travel back to your clan and get more things and you come back here, how often do you do this?
Once every calendar month.
Oh, okay.
About that time as well, I've sold everything that I brought.
Needs to be sold. Fantastic.
So it's time to head back and restock.
Back where your clan is, do you buy from multiple vendors yourself and then gather and then come to Brenton?
We have certain pipelines that do journey off from other continents in Valdur, arrive at us, and then we either disperse them out and sell them off, or we create our own items at base.
Okay. You just flip this page up. So we were thinking. I don't know if Raylop wants to jump in. If you want to jump in, mate, you just jump in.
Are you going to ask for the same thing your idiot friend asked me the other day?
If he says something repetitive, you let me know, because I don't know what he said. Raylop wants to
Unless the
ignore
words that
it.
come out of your mouth has anything to do with taking my head from my shoulders.
Why would we do that to a fantastic aid to Brenton?
Ask your friend.
Yes. Why would?
Why?
I don't know. I think he's weird. But hey ho. Anyways. So do you know Sierra? Sierra says that you've been trading with him for a long time?
A very long time.
Fantastic. I know we're planning on making him a bigger, better place for trade to come and sell some of his goods. We wanted to ask, and it's still like says, real off if you have any add-ons, add it on, please. We were thinking about asking you about if you knew of any trade that might be also beneficial to come to him, or if you knew that you could buy and purchase more and be able to trade it to him.
The only reason that I have the amount of stock I do is because I can travel alone. It's safer.
Understandable.
It's safer for me.
Okay.
If I bring anything more, I'm going to either need a hand to pull my cart, or find a carriage and some steeds.
Okay. Does your clan have a stable?
Kind of.
Would it be more efficient to purchase one from Brenton themselves?
The thing that, we don't have horses in our clan.
Okay.
We have more canine-like beasts. I don't know if you've ever heard of a moorbounder before.
I haven't.
Well, that's the way it will stay.
Is it like a horse?
No.
No. Is it like Mogwai?
No. All I'll say is imagine giant rabid dogs that have innate abilities to traverse any kind of land they wish, but very untamed and very unruly. Hence why they are not used for transportation. Because if they have a whiff of prey, you're going with them.
I understand. How about if they're trained early?
If they are
Can you
trained
train
well
them?
enough, there's a chance.
Sounds pretty good. If you were able to gain hand or horse and carriage, do you first would the dog think that the horse is prey?
Moorbounders would tear down horses.
Oh
Right.
yes. Is there anything that their dogs would not?
Would not eat.
Yes.
No.
Apart from obviously you gnomes. You goblins? No.
I've lost 6 of my family to those
Wow.
moorbounders. And
I'm
they're just the ones.
incredibly sorry.
They're just the ones who were told to go feed them.
I'm incredibly sorry about that. Obviously,
It's
didn't
fine.
know.
There's a lot more of us. What do you two want?
I was just wondering about trade. But if you say that you won't be able to, because of obviously just you alone.
How much would you be paying me and my clan?
I would like to say it would depend on the items that would be purchased and then have to be distributed towards Brenton that goes to Sierra. So I would like to say that it would be made as a contract. How much would you be willing to spend to then bring to Sierra?
The items that we have already been paid for, or we make ourselves. For the running fee, from my clan down to here and sell on your behalf, I would ask for 10% of all commissions sold that goes to me and my clan, and also an upfront 250 gold per month traveller's fee to protect
100 and how much, sorry?
250 to protect myself the merchandise the clan is transporting, and to make sure that, regardless of what I sell, we still get some form of payment.
Understandably. I know that you normally take a regular occurrence of the 2 weeks. Would it
Yes.
be possible to have that time of a window of to see if that's okay with Sierra, and to, if you had to bring it up with your clan, it would give also you the time? If we can arrange it for me, hopefully, in the next occurrence.
Sierra has already told me that if he had more space, he'd like to have more things. I'm sure he could accommodate.
I also think that. I just wanted to confirm, but if he's already told you, that's fantastic.
He usually stops the conversation before we talk about money, which is the wise option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that we know of. Sorry, Real. Were you look like you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, because what we want to get for Sierra is possibly some form of an Arcanist or someone who could imbue items themselves. And I did ask him about for your clan if they would they would be able to send someone to work with it, but I don't know if that would be more realistic. So the better question would be, where would we find someone who could have those skills?
You would find them in the Utkar clan. And if you want one of our Arcanists, that's a very high price.
Yes.
If we do want to talk gold, to have one of our Arcanists, which there is very few, we will ask for 400 gold down on hiring, and an extra 50 gold per month, since you are relieving us of one of our Arcanists. But then we can still make sure that we have items of trade flowing from the Utkars all the way down to Brenton, and proceeds being flourished between us all.
Well, it's at least a starting point if we do manage to get to the point where we could get one permanently. But otherwise, what sort of skills would an Arcanist really have other than knowledge of Arcane? I'm not exactly an expert in Arcane, so...
Usually, in the Utkar clan, you are born with these abilities. You don't learn them. But you are able to not only defend your clan in times of trials and tribulations, but you're able to imbue certain items with arcane given the time and resources. And depending on their skill level, they're able to make simple magic items or immensely rare, wondrous items that you might never see within Valdur.
Wow. Incredibly impressive. Definitely worth their money.
So do you want to start this business venture now?
I think that I'll look at Rayloff. I think that the 2 weeks is probably a good call.
Especially if the shop's going through renovations relatively soon.
Maybe even a month's 2 occasions time. Do you think that would be viable for yourself?
My life doesn't change the more or less I see any of you.
Okay. I'll try to take that one lightly.
One question I do have for you. Is your idiot friend going to be around for long?
So, we could see if he could try to not be in the negotiations.
If all I get is a try,
Okay.
then that's going to be 5 more gold on top of our monthly fee.
If we make sure he is not there, and we have a nice word with him, a thorough, hard-giving, nice word, would that be okay, suitable for yourself?
Then I will ask for 2 gold on top of everything, and take it as a fee of reparation.
How about if I give you the 2 gold now?
That will
And
work.
I'll pass him over 2 gold.
So, come back to me whenever you see me again.
Fantastic. Well, it's been fantastic talking with you. I hope
It's
today
been
is
marvelous.
I hope everything comes out fruitful for yourself. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Is that everything? Right,
But
goodbye.
nod and just, yeah.
And he just straight away turns back to setting his market stall up
Yeah,
as you
cool,
both
cool, cool.
leave. Where are you heading to?
We'll try to, not knowing, but we'll probably try to catch up back on as to Theron,
Okay.
hoping that we weren't too late.
Just as you make your way up to the law house, past the stables, you catch up to the stables just before the law house, just as you see Theron just patting down Kronos' spectral steed for the remainder of the good few minutes that has left, and the doors from the law house just close behind him, and you just catch him like walking down the small set of steps on the landing of the building.
Nice. Hi!
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm good, we're good. Are you okay? Everything dealt with there? Did you tell him about if we needed anything, or did you need anything?
I swapped in my favor.
Okay, cool. Did you get what? Is it like a thing? Like the bird, or?
What, sorry?
Like the bird? Like Little G? Little G is his name, isn't it?
Cost magic? No, joke.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I just needed some information.
Oh, okay. And did you get it? Did he know?
He kind of told me sort of what I knew already-ish.
Okay.
But he said he'll keep his ears out and see if he can get some more information.
Awesome. Anything you want to talk to us about?
Not
Or a bit
particularly.
too? That's
Maybe-
fine. In
maybe
your own
in-
time.
In time. We'll see.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So, Theron,
Yeah.
we had a quick word with Zerg while he was close, and he really did like what you said. Yeah, so if we ever have any talks about Sierra, and he's present, we kind of need you to not be there.
So you want me to cut his throat off?
No! No!
Sorry.
No!
That's what he meant.
Literally the opposite of what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Well, don't get me wrong. Maybe slowly might introduce you nicely, as long as you don't say those words. We just want this to be the best, okay?
I don't
Not to say
particularly
you're
like
the
that.
problem. I think it was the words that you used was the problem.
Yeah. it's
Yes,
all
the
right,
whole I'm going to and cut your throat. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the intimidation tactic would work. It didn't.
Yeah, obviously it didn't. So, just a heads up. But as long as you're as long as you're happy, we're all good. We're good. So, is there anything we need to do before we need to go? Eric, you want to talk to Eric, don't you? Are we gonna head that way?
Nah, I'm alright. He won't have made my pocket watch yet, so I
Oh,
have no further use for him.
okay.
No weapons you'd want to maybe learn or have?
No, I've got magic, mate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
Raylock, you wanted to go to the lawkeeper? You wanted to go to Bowl and talk about Sierra and his updates and stuff?
Yeah. And
That's
if
cool.
we wanted anything else, possibly.
I need to nip to Eric. It won't be too long. Quick nip in, nip out kind of job.
Do you want me to come with you, or are you okay?
Yeah, actually, you'll probably be a good person to have. We're gonna meet outside of here, Raylock?
Or
Or do you want to meet at the
Are we not-
stables?
all going to Eric's together?
Or do you need to go to Eric?
No, but I was assuming. Well, it would be nice to see him before we leave. But
Yeah, that's fine. 'Cause I can't think of anything that I need from
Yeah,
the
because his
lawkeeper.
personality shone like the sun.
If you're nice and quick, we'll go to Eric. I'm happy
Right.
to wait.
well, I'll tell you what. You start heading to Eric, and I'll meet you there.
Okay. Like I said, it's a quick in and out job, so. Yeah, we'll wait for you there.
Right.
Alright, so
See you,
Siwan and Tara, both of you begin to head off towards Eric's home.
Mm-hmm.
As we're walking off, Theron's just sort of like, just thinking.
Are you
Okay.
positive you're okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just the nature of what I asked him.
Could I see in his face if he looks uncomfortable
Roll
or
an
assuming
insight
by
check.
the
And as you're doing this, he sort of looks to you and it's just like,
insight? In what way? Sorry, I wasn't looking at your screen.
sort of like a little smile, but sort of not really meaning it.
Okay, yeah. Insight +4. There's a 12.
You notice that Theron, from his expression and the forced smile, he's a little hurt, but also more worried than anything.
Okay, that's fine. I can understand the face.
Yeah.
Like I've probably pulled the same face before.
Plenty of
I
times.
don't. Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Well, little do you know it, it's not Theron. No, I'm joking.
I'm Barbara. No, that's okay. And then we'll carry on walking and let so.
Okay. So you guys continue the sort of like fairly
and I
quiet
just
walk.
and I just pat Kronos as he sort of disappears into. See you in a bit, buddy.
And the horse just disperses into just dots of starlight that fade off into nothing. Rayloff, you make your way into Lawkeeper Bolin's establishment. The doors open and close very quickly behind you with a solid. You know, I saw your friend a few moments ago.
Yes, the master is just wanted to ask a few things.
You know you all can come in at once. I hope the other two aren't waiting outside.
Yes,
I
I don't
can
understand why we've all split up and gone at different times, but I'm here now.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Rayloff.
Nice to see you too, Lord Master.
What would you like?
Well, one of the things I wanted to check about was for Sierra's shop. You were saying about you were looking to get reparations made and possibly upgrading it. Would that include moving it to a bigger shop? Because one of the main things he said that he could do with was more space to allow for more items.
Well, the idea was for renovations initially was to repair and clean up. But after a choice few words with Braun Stout, it came to my attention that clearly there are improvements to be made. So, we are going to be using one of the abandoned buildings further on the eastern side of town, just barely opposite the tavern. And since that is a 2-story large building, and it's no longer in use and hasn't been for the past 5 years, we're going to be taking a hold of that building and renovating that to brand new everything and set it up through talks with Sierra himself as to how he would like his new shop to be built and laid out.
Okay. Would that be relatively close to the homes you were saying? Not homes. Or would that be?
The orphanage and home to bar would only be down the street. A slight walk.
Yeah,
but
and
not
the
much.
homes that you were saying for the companions of fate.
The large home for the heroes of Brenton would be situated in the centre of Brenton.
Right. Okay, that's not a problem. I just wanted to have an idea of where it was. One of the things you mentioned was possibly an arcanist or someone who can imbue magic, but I think that would be a bit of a big ask.
We have no one of those skills here. I wonder if Braun Stout might know of anyone. Being the inventor, I'm unsure as to whether arcane filters in.
It's worth an ask at the very least if we're all going down there to meet them.
Of course.
But if not, then the only other thing would be just some hands to help with the shop more than anything else, but I'm sure we could manage to find someone.
I will give it another month, and while the renovations are getting underway, if you haven't acquired anyone to hire for Sierra and the store, then I will have a look around myself and find people appropriate for those positions.
Thank you. And as for the favour, for me personally,
Yes.
I don't have much information to go on, but if you could find out more about, and this way I will take out a notebook from my top part and the neatly folded letter, and I'll hand it to him, and that will be all the information that I've been given from you know who
Okay.
about what I need to find.
Okay.
If you know what I'm on about.
I will look into this. I'm unsure as to whether I can find you the information you require.
All I need is a starting point of where to go. Any information that I could get would be better than none.
Do you need this information urgently, or is there time to scout around for information?
To be honest, I'm not sure how urgent this is, but it could be urgent, but it's not worth risking people to look for. It wouldn't be fair for me to ask.
Well, you've asked it. So, as the favour of a hero of Brenton, I will indulge you. So what I will do, I will find at least the hardest working historians we have in Brenton and see what they can find out. And if we do find anything, wherever you are, we will send word.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
think there's anything else I would need to ask. So, is there anything you wish to ask of me before I leave?
Please, keep yourself and your friends safe.
I will. Even if it's sometimes not worth it.
It's always worth it for friends and family.
Yes.
Until we meet again, Roloff.
I'll give him a military bow.
And he stands up and bows to you as well, before sitting down and relaxing in his big throne. And the doors.
Yeah. I'll start heading out then.
Alright. You head out and straight away square off towards Eric's home. I'd say you're just a couple minutes behind these pair.
Mhm.
So, Theron and Tara, is there anything you want to do or speak about as you're making your way to Eric's, or just as you get outside Eric's and wait for Roloff?
Basically, this ring is so nice.
I feel right. Oh God! Look at my pretty thing.
Both of you are
Yeah.
fucking dweebs.
It's like I should be able to go pew pew pew.
It shines in the starlight, and it matches my eyes.
No. I don't believe so. I think it'll just be like we are friends walking to one place.
Yeah,
at the same
okay.
time.
Yeah,
I'm probably
yeah.
like hand on shoulder kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, Theron's still pretty shook. He's just like sort of
yeah,
kicking the dirt a little
Alright,
as he's
yeah.
I'll be like,
Just dragging
you'll
your
be
feet.
fine, trying to.
like his mind's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, so you get to Eric's and you wait about 3 or 5 minutes before you see your large Goliath ally walking up the dust and sand covered hill leading up to Eric's home.
I would have wanted to see him. Probably, like when I got there, I would have wanted to
Okay,
see him.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say, a couple of minutes after you guys get in,
Yeah.
then Ralof turns up. So
Cool.
you both of you step atop the porch.
Fantastic.
Still all windows either boarded up or glass put through, leading into darkness still.
I'm gonna hold the handle, so just in case the door falls off, it's in just.
As you
Terror, be careful of traps.
you see the
Oh
entire
no, it's the opening.
you see the entire door just rattle slightly. You hear no reply.
I'm gonna open the door that we know had already triggered the trap to open. Even though a lot of it's probably been destroyed anyway, but I'll open that door and I'll kind of like usher Theron like away from the door just in case.
As
And
you
push it open.
as you open it, the door kind of just like swings open, but then kind of like hangs off of the top hinge, with the bottom of the door kind of just slipping against the wall.
Nice.
And you notice as soon as you open the door, you hear the faintest sound beginning to ting repetitively over and over. And you also noticed all of the sunlight that is being let in with some larger holes in the wall
Yeah.
and other just small pellet holes that are just pretty much raining the sun in, leaving dots and patches of sunlight on the ground.
Awesome. I'm gonna probably start walking towards the hole that we went into.
Mm-hmm.
To Eric's little
The
space.
tinging begins to just get louder and louder the closer that you get there.
Cool. We'll go that way and head towards the same directions that we did when we were trying to escape to a bunker safety.
All right. Are you
Okay,
going?
still
You
no.
going down and straight through?
Yeah. Wherever we went
Yeah.
that time.
So you go down the tunnel, and
Probably shouting Eric ever so often.
yeah, you hear the t t t. Just stop after the third Eric,
Yeah.
And as you climb through, you just hear Eric as you see him in the main workshop.
Yeah.
He just turns, "No, wait!"
Ah.
And you push against like the small wire of thread.
Lovely.
I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Nice. I'll take that though. Dex 17.
17. You quickly dart back in, and as you do, you see this large brick, this large boulder, just swing past the hole of the tunnel, and just rest in front of the tunnel.
I thought we were over these traps.
You can never be too safe.
Okay.
As you see the boulder just move, as he reaches up and sets it up on another latch and just leaves it unarmed.
Okay.
Okay, you can come through.
Awesome. I'll go through.
Is it safe in there?
No, but
Wow.
it is safe enough.
Okay. Raylock, are you coming?
It's
Rail
not
off isn't
there
there
yet.
yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Just
I
wanted to
have,
think for myself. I'll go.
I have 3 questions.
Okay,
I didn't know he made wishes
Aha.
like a genie.
1. I'll pull out the magazine that houses the weapon. Do you know? Could we get more of these? And would you be willing to? Yeah. Can you get? Do you have any more of these? Probably full.
and what is that for?
I'm gonna pull out one of the weapons that you had, which I think may or may not fit into it, because I don't know. In fact, it'll be probably the one with the pistol, because that's the one I've seen.
Yeah, you
Okay.
notice on closer inspection as you see Eric. They just grab it off you.
It does not have any kind of magazine. This goes in.
And he just pushes through the central part of the pistol, and
Okay.
you see the spiral of the revolver just knock out to the side.
You load this with single pellets.
Oh, I didn't know that. So what's this for?
Something else. I will take that if you're not using it.
And you just see Theron behind, like shaking his head.
I'll pull out the bigger weapon, whatever it was. Is it for this?
And tell me which weapon you are holding. I take it it's going to
I
be
think it's
the
his-
blunderbuss.
Yeah. Is that the only 2 I
Yeah.
had?
And he takes it off of you, handing the pistol back.
Okay.
Well, by his very basic design of this weapon, which I could make a lot more
That's it.
advanced. But this cutout on the bottom,
Yes.
you take your box.
And he just slaps it in.
And you pull this latch. And if you press the trigger,
As he holds up this kind of like very boxy looking, like sword off shotgun almost.
Yeah.
then you blow everything in front of you to bits.
Oh,
Do you-
lovely.
Would you like to see?
Yeah,
Not to me.
And he just aims it off towards the back of the shop, and you just see this. You see this small metal lunchbox,
Okay.
and all you hear is a large. As the gun is just like shot up with a kickback.
Can I, as flavour, maybe use one of my time rewind thing, or a re-roll thing, as flavour, just to rewind the bullet back in.
I mean, to make him re-roll on the shot.
Yeah.
So we would hear 2 shots. Is that what you're saying? Because you go.
So, as you see him take aim, and he that second, the moment just after that first explosion, you almost see his hand like dip again slightly, and all you hear is as the pellets just and you see that small metal lunchbox get knocked off in bits.
Nice.
As the lunchbox itself has just exploded against the force of the pallets, as small little metal bits are just strewn across the floor.
Let's hope your lunch isn't in there.
Now imagine if that was someone's face.
True. An extension to that question.
And he just hands the blunderbuss back.
Thank you. How do I unload it? That isn't the question.
You have so many questions today.
I know. I only need the 3 main ones, though.
You see that little button just on the left of your finger?
Yeah?
Press it.
And it falls on the floor.
And you,
Oh, okay. Fixed it up. Awesome.
It is
So
a,
if you-
it is a very basic design.
So if I was able to give this to you, could you make it better advanced? And then possibly we could have it back?
I would need to strip it down to nothing and rebuild it.
That's fine. I don't know anything about it. If that's okay,
That would be fine.
I'll hand that over to him.
and he just
Do you have any... Yeah.
he takes it and puts it on the workshop desk, just next to like a smattering of other projects you can see he's in the middle
Yeah,
of.
yeah. That's cool.
Can Theron just cast an eye over the project?
Sure, roll a perception check. And Eric turns back.
I will get that to you in time. I cannot promise that you will get it back readily.
It's
And
perfectly
you
fine.
begin to hear some shuffles behind you. Just as you
Watch
see,
out for the wire!
as Rayloff, you push against this wire, and nothing happens. You just look to Tara after she screams, and you kind of just lift it up and go under.
He's lifted it over. It's okay. It's okay.
12 plus 6.
Okay, 18. So you look across and you see the best thing you can gauge. There's a small handle that's been constructed. A pair of very weird looking glasses are being made, and next to the now where it just placed blunderbuss, you notice a small spherical case about yay big has been constructed with a plethora of small little gears and cogs laid beside it.
Theron knows all this invention going on, and he's just like, Eric,
Theron?
you seem to be pretty handy with all manner of creations.
Yes, I am.
I know. And I was just wondering, how would you feel about working with some kind of artificer in the near future? Maybe to create some really badass weapons.
It really depends what the weapons are for.
Or inventions. Don't necessarily have to be weapons.
I have never added any kind of arcane into the objects or inventions I create.
But what if you could? Would it not be interesting to see what your inventive mind could come up with?
Every great creator has a curiosity for what could be more. Yes, I would very much be interested in finding out what magic and mechanical could do when mixed together.
Okay, I'll try to find a master artificer.
I appreciate that.
I'll let you know.
And I will let you know when your project is done.
Ah, the pocket watch.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If I put all of my focus on it. I have constructed everything but the face. So, it should only take me a matter of 10, 12 days maybe to finish up.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Are there any specific engravings or designs you would like on the outside before I polish?
Ooh. Maybe,
Time?
maybe some kind. You know, like the outer. How are you at sculpting like metal? Oh, you're gonna be amazing. I know. Maybe like a wolf's head.
Just a silhouette?
Yeah, silhouette will do. Yeah.
That could be done.
Thank you.
Now what else have all of you come down here for?
My second question
Very
is
well.
to be with you when you've obviously done the projects that you're doing. Are you able to make weapons or objects that may be able to be sold at Sierra's place?
I could very easily make some trinkets and baubles that are cute and interesting, not too dangerous for public.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
fantastic. Just trying to build up some trade, you see.
well, as long as I get paid for my time and the materials, then
Understandable.
And I. Oh well. No. Well.
to tell you the truth, I really didn't like Sierra when I met him. Or when I met him before that. But he has a certain way of rubbing off on you.
Yes.
So I am not completely opposed to working with him.
Well, technically, you'll be working with us.
The way that it sounds, I'd be working for you.
No, you'll be working with us through trade. With,
So what would
With
you want
would
in
be-
return?
well, obviously, it would be the turning to Theron. Obviously, it would be the amounts they would need for resources like the metal and
Yeah, but-
time
yeah,
of
but-
money.
Yeah, but he's got created, so he has to have some kind of profit in mind, or some favor that he needs, or.
You have
Money?
all helped me out with more than I could have asked for. So as long as you provide the materials and the gold to cover my time and labor, then I am happy to work with you. And if there are any little baubles or trinkets or anything that you may want creating, come up with a semi-understandable design, and I will see what I can do.
Eric, I'll keep that in mind.
Theron, I'm sure you will. Where are all of you headed now anyway?
We're going to the southern docks. We're going to see one of the captains.
Well, have you got provisions ready?
What, to see him? To see them?
We did get a recommendation
note?
from the Lawmaster. I
I'll pull
believe.
out that recommendation.
I understand.
Signed.
Very well. Which captain are you going to speak to?
We're talking to.
Because I will warn you, there are a couple morons that's like to litter the docks.
Well, he's
Morons like me.
recommended one. Don't put yourself that down that much, Theo. Even though sometimes it could be true.
Yeah.
A little chuckle to myself.
The teeniest lol.
I do have his name. Captain Meadow is his name.
You
Apparently, he's been recommended from From the Lawkeeper Bowling. Is that? Do you know the person?
Bolin told you to go to Captain Meadow
That's what
Here we
he's
go.
told us.
for a friendly adventure, I assume.
I would assume so.
They're a very good captain, know what they are doing. But she is going to eat all of you alive.
Oh! Are you sure?
Very
Is she
sure.
a beauty?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Don't you
Oh.
agree?
Did you mean
Very
literally eat us alive?
Only if you are a massive pain.
Any heads up? Things to not do, things to do?
Whatever you say and do, she will ridicule you for it. If you get on the wrong side of her, she'll make an example of you, and make you a spectacle for all of the crew and everyone else to laugh at. So,
Do what she says and don't do anything wrong.
you can do things wrong, just be ready to be humiliated for it.
Okay.
But
Do what she says.
I will say, make sure you take provisions for the travel there. It's about 2, maybe 3 days on horseback.
Okay.
And maybe one word of warning if you are going south. If you find that the breeze all of a sudden stops, run or hide.
Breeze
Do you understand me?
stops.
Yes.
How come?
Very strange things happen to the south.
Any examples? Do you know anything, or is it just stories?
Well, a small story of a very evil and scheming, well, the best way to describe them would be a shut-in, loner, hermit.
Awesome. Seems fun.
It won't be when they capture you, or torture you, or just make your life a living hell. All I need to say is that Courage Sand Whisper rules over the south.
Sand Whisper.
Courage Sand Whisper.
Alright.
They rule the south of Brenton and the south of Growdeem. I have been told and I have heard they have abilities beyond what the arcane can give them.
What do you mean beyond the arcane?
I've been told that the abilities that they possess are not exactly learned, bought, or sold. And
Like they were born into it?
like they became what they are. Some say that Courage went and walking across the very lands that he now rules upon, he found himself in a small lump of quicksand. He knew that trying to escape was futile. Yet, after panicking and his mind went blank, he began to struggle, but then intentionally began to attempt to swim and pull himself beneath the surface, deeper into the quicksand. Some say he was there for days, months, and something very different came out.
Interesting.
And if you wonder how many allies they have that help them rule over the south, I would worry and be scared for you all, knowing the fact that no one helps him. He doesn't rule over anyone.
It's
Except
the worry.
He rules over the entire South single-handedly.
Can a being even be that strong?
Depending on who crosses their path.
It seems like it'd at least be an interesting conversation.
I wouldn't get close enough for a conversation. But if somehow you do manage to survive Sand Whisper, or evade him, when you get to me though, make sure you wear your big boy pants.
Girl pants.
Your big boy pants.
As I extend them. Check. Definitely wearing girl pants. Flick it.
You will need to make sure you change those.
I probably will.
Something a little more durable and plain.
With this hermit. Apart from the winds, having none, is that the only way to know that he's close, or assuming that that's it? Or
If you begin to see the sand move unnaturally, begin to build or fall, to surround you or to relieve you, I would either run or hide, or if you are stupid enough, stand and fight.
is there anything that he can't do?
Plenty.
Like talk to people, obviously, but I mean more of the. Can he not escape very quickly through teleportation means?
I have
Sounds
no
like
idea.
he controls land on some level.
Do you know anyone that might know more about this person? Who
Then-
lives in Brenton?
No. You can go and ask around for all the stories and the nightmares that parents tell their children,
Mm-hmm.
but
Are they more likely true?
it depends what the parents tell the child.
Okay.
Just be very careful when heading
I
south.
will. I will. My third question.
Yes,
Do you have any more of those pallets for this pistol?
over in the back.
Oh,
Take as many boxes as you need.
fantastic, thank you. I'm gonna try find these pallets and hope that.
Yeah,
And so often I might be
go,
like, are these the right one?
you go back, and just next to all the workshop, amongst the shelves, you see like two full 10-foot long shelves full of small boxes, just absolutely just full to the brim of these metal pallets.
Nice.
I also just say to Eric, hey, I was just wondering,
Yes.
because I quite like Brenton at the moment, and it's been like a pseudo home. I was just wondering, is there any way we could sort of mechanize the production of some of the weapons?
It depends who we sell them to. They are very dangerous.
I wouldn't be selling them. I'd be giving them to a few elite guards who are directly controlled by Master Bolin. Whatever his name is.
I will have words with Bolin next time I see him, and if he can promise me that his elite guards or any of the commanders are willing and smart enough to be able to control and use these weapons, then yes, we will be able to create them on a larger scale for mass production.
How difficult is it to learn how to use these weapons?
It's very difficult to learn how to make them and how to operate, how to maintain them. It isn't so hard to learn how to use one.
It's just maintaining it is the key to.
The hardest thing you will find if you try to use any of these is when it goes wrong, and it will go wrong. How do I fix it?
That's what I had feared when I first saw them.
But with Theron by your side, he spent enough time watching me. He more or less understands what is inside these weapons of the more basic variety. So
you saw me watching.
I see everything in my shop.
I respect that.
Very well. This might seem as an odd question, but as part of your craft, do you delve much into the arcane aspect, or is it more just purely craft?
Following the conversation I had just now with Tara, I have mainly stuck to mechanical and not seen... Well, when I was speaking with Theron and Tara, the arcane has never really been added into my equations. But with a artificer by my side and someone more knowledgeable than I am of the arcane nature, I am more than excited to see what we can come up with.
Sort it out.
So then, I would assume it's safe to say that you probably don't know anyone who would know, or would have, the skills of an arcanist even.
An arcanist. The closest thing I could say to an arcanist that has that kind of power would be the one that I spoke of to you the other night.
Right.
But I very much do not think that she is for hire.
As we were discussing with Sierra about possibly finding someone to help imbue items, so maybe if down the line we do manage to find someone, that may be a venture.
I am sure there are possibly arcanists towards the Cutsvein Islands as well as over towards Meldin as well. So, if by chance you are around there, there's a higher chance of finding an arcanist. I do know that a few artificers and arcanists within the Cutsvein Islands imbue their own mined gems and rocks with magic properties. One of the funniest stories is the one that the little kid threw the rock at the evil man, and the evil man turned to dust. What was in that rock? Unfortunately, a very powerful spell that this kid's father had imbued, with the kid not knowing, still casting the rock to the evil man. But the evil man was stopped, and the child later found out just how to put that power into a very ordinary rock.
Yeah.
Interesting story.
Yeah. It's always kids who end up with a lot of power that... Yeah,
They shouldn't have.
I agree with you.
But is there anything more you all need of me?
I think I'm good.
And that was everything. Was it wise to give Terra a weapon like that?
You will find out soon enough. Tara, have you got enough pellets?
So if you had to put a random number off the top of your head of how much is there,
How much is there?
how much is there?
There is about 1,200 of these boxes.
1,200. Okay.
They're only about like small cubes, but obviously
Okay.
they can fit. Each of them fit about 100 pallets.
Okay. And there's 1,200 of them.
Yeah.
I will
You don't
grab
need to put them all.
20 of them.
Okay.
20
Just
with
put
100
them
pellets each.
into me. What's it?
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't know how many I need.
Well, you better hope none of them are bag of holdings.
No, I know that, don't I? So.
You don't know that, though.
Well,
Is it
if
the
I did,
blunderbuss that you
it's in one big box that has multiple bags of holdings in them.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
20.
So are you just putting them in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As you do.
I
Sure.
do. Yeah. Is there have you got a list of how to sort it out if it goes wrong, so I can read over it?
If you need to sort out your weapon, ask Theron. As long as he is by your side, you have a acceptable mechanic with you.
Okay.
I wouldn't say acceptable. I haven't actually constructed the weapon yet, but
you have enough knowledge to fix it.
I'll
potentially. Yeah.
hold you up on that. Awesome.
Well, we'll have enough
Yeah,
supplies.
that's cool.
Fine. Well, come back to me whenever you want. Theron, that watch will be done in 12 days, if not less.
And if you need any service of us, Eric, let us know.
I will. Now, be safe, and if you go south, just keep your eyes around you.
So if the wind stops,
If the
We
You
don't
have to
stop.
stand the moose.
if the breeze stops, you don't.
We don't.
okay.
When you said hide, how are we meant to hide in the desert?
Well, there's this thing called sand. And if you are brave enough to stop and hide, then
Go in the sand.
go into the sand. I cannot promise that you are safer hiding, but I would advise you to begin to run
Run.
as fast as you can.
That's understandable.
No matter what happens or what you see, do not stop.
Okay.
Do all of you understand me?
Yes. We'll tell this Gerald as well.
Good.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it sounds rather interesting to find out the source of what it is, but
I
yeah,
agree, but
I understand.
your lives are more important than knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
It depends on the knowledge, but
Depends on
No.
the life.
100%
Yeah,
depends
true.
on the line. But, anyways, it's nice to see you.
As all of you, travel safe, and I will see you again when you return.
Most certainly.
And
As
just
we leave, I'm going to say to Rayloff, what are you saying about me not having a weapon because you think it's unsuitable? As we're leaving.
We'll call it keeping the consistencies.
Inconsistencies?
What happened the last time you used a whip? I'm just gonna walk off.
What happened? Yeah, well, I'll kind of shout. What happened to saving Bob?
And just as both of you begin to shout between you, leaving Eric's home and hovel trap free,
Yeah.
leaving Eric to his work and projects, and all of you leave the home standing out looking over all of Brenton, about to head on to the next phase of your journey once you find Gerald again. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode and pick it up from there next week to continue the journey and see how it all goes.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Can't
Yeah,
come soon enough.
there's nothing's going to happen with
Yeah.
that whole wind stopping. is
No,
it?
no.
Yeah.
Obviously, no. Nothing. It's going to be
Yeah.
fine. It's easy sailing.
30 minutes later, the sand stops. No breeze.
All right.
It's alright, just keep going.
All right, well, we just want to thank everyone for watching. It's been a fun episode. Again, if you want to join our Discord server, the link is below the stream now, or below the description, depending on if you're watching on YouTube. And, we hope if you want to pop by or stop by and say hi, we very much welcome it. But with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you next time.
Peace.